WJZM Radio, 7 o'clock and 67 degrees. We'll take an extended look at our weather forecast after this update in national news.
The Clarksville original. Hit after hit after hit. The big 1400 WJZM. Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville. Online at WJZM1400.com.
WJZM Radio, Clarksville, Tennessee.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. In Mexico City, the frantic search continued overnight for a little girl trapped by the rubble of Tuesday's 7.1 magnitude earthquake. The mere sight of her wiggling fingers has proven something of an inspiration to the country of volunteers, now emboldened in their own efforts to seek survivors amid the ruins. The quake is blamed for more than 240 deaths over several states in central Mexico. Hurricane Maria now lashing the northeastern Dominican Republic. It is expected to pass near the Turks and Caicos later today. National Hurricane Center specialist Rich Pash says Maria continues to be felt far and wide.
It's currently located not far to the north of the eastern Dominican Republic, where hurricane warnings are posted. However, heavy rains still continue in Puerto Rico, and there's significant flooding occurring there.
Maria has weakened to a Category 3 storm. That means maximum sustained winds right now near 115 miles an hour, but the Hurricane Center says some strengthening over the open water is still expected over the next day or so. Maria has killed at least 10 people across the Caribbean. Secretary of State Tillerson says Iran is in technical compliance with the 2015 nuclear deal, but is failing to live up to the expectation that the deal would remove a serious threat to the region.
Regrettably, since the agreement was confirmed, we have seen anything but a more peaceful, stable region. And this is the real issue. And that's why we talk about Iran defaulting on these expectations, because those expectations clearly have not been met.
Secretary Tillerson says President Trump has decided whether to withdraw from the deal, but has not shared his decision with, in his words, anybody externally. On Wall Street yesterday, the Dow picked up 42 points. It will open for trading at 22,413. That was another new record high close for the Dow. This is SRN News.
Hey, I'm Justin Swallows with the WJZM Sports Crew, inviting you to join us live on Friday night as we bring you Clarksville Academy football. This week, the Cougars travel to the Commonwealth to take on Kentucky's Fulton City High, and we'll have the call starting with pregame coverage at 6:45 right here on the Big 1400.
The Big 1400, WJZM Radio, Clarksville area weather. Mostly sunny, warm, and humid today. High of 87, maybe slight chance of maybe a pop-up shower. Tonight, clear and warm, 68 for an overnight low. And Friday, expect a high near 90 with sunny skies and a chance for a pop-up shower in the afternoon. Currently, we're at 67 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Time now for a look at traffic. Here's John Michaels.
Good morning. Traffic around the city and the county is looking fairly good for a Thursday morning. There are a few slow areas. Looks like 48 and 13 is slow in a couple of spots, especially by Montgomery Central. 41A Fort Campbell slow as well in a couple of spots. Also looks like 79 out in St. Bethlehem slow. Also Trenton Road is slow, especially out by the Tylertown Road exit as people try to get on the interstate out that way. Looks like 76, the MLK 76 connector is slow as well, and also 41A Sango, slow in a couple of spots due to all the construction. Now 24, if you're headed to Nashville, it looks pretty good. There is one slow area right after you get on at the MLK 76 connector parkway there. But after you get through that, it looks good all the way into Davidson County. Let's check in with Commander Chuck and see what's going on with the Nashville traffic.
Well, good morning. As they work this accident here, and it's really got it jammed up down slow go on 24 westbound here at Hickory Hollow Parkway. As you come out of Rutherford into Davidson County, be aware of this huge delay now that has developed out here on 24 westbound. Again, up through the Hickory Hollow area. Brickchurch Pike Drive is a wreck there. Bell Road and I-24 being moved to the side. Princess Hot Chicken is the best and original hot chicken here in Middle Tennessee. They've got 2 locations. Go by one of them today. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic. right.
And that's been a look at your traffic and weather together and the latest national news this morning here on the Big 1400 WJZM. Now it is 7:04. And it's time for the Thursday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. Good morning, Chuck Edwards.
Good morning, John Michaels. It is Thursday, the 21st day of September. That means that it is a Teacher Thursday. Yay, teachers. We're going to have someone here from the Clarksville Montgomery County School. WJZM Radio on the way musically this hour. Some Hall & Oates, Sam and Dave, as well as some Lionel Richie. Don't forget Justin Swallows comes your way at 7:20 this morning with our Sports Now update brought to you by Power and Grace Preparatory Academy. Time now for some birthdays. On this, the 21st day of September, Alfonso Ribeiro is 46.
He played on the Fresh Prince.
He was. Carlton. of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Maggie Grace, that's Liam Neeson's daughter in the Taken movies, is 34. Nicole Richie, A Simple Life star and Lionel Richie's daughter, is 36. Now, she has 2 children with Joel Madden from the group Good Charlotte. Lionel also has a daughter named Harlow and a son who will suffer many a playground beatings thanks to his name.
What's that?
Sparrow.
Sparrow.
His name is
And
Sparrow.
his daughter is named Carlo?
Yeah.
Carlo.
Harlow.
Oh, Harlow. I thought you said Carlo. I was like, oh.
Gene Harlow. Ricky Lake is 49. I wonder whatever happened to her. Last time I heard, she was in the news. She burned down a beach house. I don't know. Faith Hill. She's hot.
Oh, Mrs. Tim McGraw?
Yes, Mrs. Tim McGraw. She's fitty. Cecil Fielder, former home run hitting champion with the Detroit Tigers, is 54. Rob Morrow is 56. Remember him? He was in, I think, Numbers and Northern Exposure.
Yeah.
Yep. Bill Murray, 67.
Oh, he's getting on up there.
Seems to have more fun off screen than on these days, doing stuff like taking tickets at minor leagues games and crashing parties and driving a taxi so the cabbies can sit in the back and play the saxophone. Bill Murray. Remember when he came to Clarksville?
Yeah, he's a strange bird.
He is. But talented.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very talented. Stephen King is 70. Don Felder is 70. He's the Eagles guitarist and keyboardist. Jerry Bruckheimer, the man behind just about every blockbuster movie and TV show, from CSI to The Amazing Race to Pirates of the Caribbean to Top Gun to National Treasure to Armageddon to Kangaroo Jack.
Do you need some oxygen?
Jerry Bruckheimer, yeah, man. He's been behind it. 14 days to World Teachers Day, yes. 40 days to Halloween, 45 days to daylight savings ends.
You can just quit putting that one out there. Just stop that one.
Okay.
Just mark it off every day. I don't want to know.
Cut out the 45 days till daylight savings ends?
Yes. Because that's a pain in my
Well, I could cut out the 85 days till...
No. That's important. Daylight savings time is not important.
But everybody knows the Star Wars movie is coming out in December, and they'll be standing in line starting the day after Thanksgiving.
I already got my ticket, so I don't have to
know you already got your ticket, and so we'll come in to do the Good Morning Clarksville show, and we'll say, well, we're broadcasting from another location, and where's that location? We're standing outside the Carmike Theater. John Michaels is waiting to get in. Well, when does the movie start? 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. Well, let's go.
The Big 1400, WJZM, Chuck and John on this Thursday. Good morning, Clarksville. 1400 WJZM Radio, where it is Teacher Thursday with the Clarksville Montgomery County School System. You can join us for someone from the St. Bethlehem Elementary School today between 8 and 9. We talk with teachers from the CMCSS educators about their schools and what's going on, and we're looking forward to St. Bethlehem Elementary School here on the Big 14.
People.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I like meeting all the different people.
Oh, yeah.
From the schools.
Yeah, it is. Last week, of course, we had Northwest. Before that, we had Kenwood. And then
for somebody from the Wildcats to show up, they probably will put them last.
No, they won't. No, they won't.
Because that does match your microphone cover.
It does.
Yeah, the purple and gold.
Yeah, the purple. I have a new microphone cover. John Michaels, he does these little things. They don't give me a raise because I work for other things. They have residuals.
Well, you work for other things?
No, they don't give me a monetary raise, I guess I should say. But they give me different microphone covers, and they're different colors.
See, and I put a purple one on.
Yeah, and so we have a purple
in honor of
Prions. Yeah.
And the purple and gold of Clarksville High.
Yeah. But anyway, so my daughter would appreciate the microphone cover because it's purple. But even though that wasn't Prince's favorite color, his favorite.
But it did represent Prince.
Yeah.
Purple.
I don't care what they say. I say his favorite color was purple. Back in the day, 54 years ago, 1963, Blue Velvet by Bobby Vinton hit number one. 49 years ago, 1968, Harper Valley PTA was number one.
That was scandalous.
49 years ago, 1968, Adam 12 and the Ghost and Mrs. Muir debuted on NBC.
When Adam 12.
And 47 years ago, in 1970, ABC's Monday Night Football debuted. The Browns beat the visiting Jets 31-21. And you know who the announcing team was?
I know who?
Howard Cosell, Dandy Don Meredith, and Keith Jackson.
That's right. Turn out the lights. The party's over.
Yep. Yeah.
All good
I
things
think they
must
had too
come
much
to an
hooch
end.
going on up there.
You think so?
I think there might have been a little whiskey going on up in the booth. Because, as the game wore on and Dandy Don started singing more and more, I just think.
He probably had a little whiskey.
Yep. 24 years ago, 1993, NYPD Blue debuted on ABC.
That show.
Yeah, what a great movie. 19 years ago, Will and Grace debuted. And a sad note, in 1968, 19 years ago, the fastest woman in the world, Florence Griffith Joyner, died at 38. She had an epileptic seizure in bed and suffocated in her pillow. She was an Olympic track and field superstar who set world records in the 100 and 200 meters in 1988, won 3 gold medals at the 88 games in the 100 meter, 200 meter, and 4x100 meter relay. She retired in 1989. And what a lot of people might not know about FloJo is that she designed the Indiana Pacers uniforms in 1990 and in 1993 and was named as co-chairperson of the President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports. And 18 years ago in 1999, the Dixie Chicks Fly was the #1 album in America.
And they flew away.
When's the last time you heard from the Dixie Chicks?
Back then.
1999?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a day or two.
Since we heard. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know what happened.
Who are they?
I don't know what happened to them. Ever since that one came out and, started blasting the president or something.
They kind of faded away.
The Big The big 1400 WJZM radio, 68 degrees at 722. I expect a high today of around 87. We've got Atlanta Braves baseball this afternoon on the radio. They're still at a home stand against the Nationals. Airtime 6 o'clock, first pitch around 6:35 this afternoon. Man, Nationals were all over them. They went through every relief pitcher I can think of on the Braves roster.
They even hired a couple.
Yeah, they even said, hey, come on, you up there in section K2. Come on down here. Put on this uniform. Here's a glove. Yeah, but anyway, they'll wrap up that series with the Nationals tonight, airtime 6 o'clock, 6:35 here on the big 1400. Well,
yes.
It is September 21st. Someone's got Halloween decorations, and they're already causing a panic. Somebody in Chuckey, Tennessee.
Chuckey? Where in the world?
It's my namesake. That's where I got my name.
Named after you, or
that's where I got my name. That's where I got my name. Yeah, Chucky's been around. Chucky. It's in East Tennessee, up near Johnson City. Dun, 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 dun. But anyway, that's enough. They get the picture.
Squeal like a pig.
Get on up that hill. Wee. Somebody in Chuckey, Tennessee, already put their Halloween decorations out.
Oh no!
And they went with the old classic, where you get a bloody pair of jeans, or what looks like a bloody pair of jeans, and a half of a shirt, and sticking out from under the garage door, so it looks like someone got chopped in half.
By the garage door.
Everybody has been freaking out, since mid-September, and people aren't really ready to be on the lookout for Halloween decorations. So the 911 calls have been coming in day after day after day. And so finally, the county sheriff's department just posted a photo of the decoration on their Facebook page, and they said, cut it out. Stop calling us.
Cut it out?
Yeah.
Well, they need to get somebody to cut that body out. Somebody's dead.
They said, hey, it's not really what you think it is. Eyes can be deceiving. And they said, please stop calling us about this. It is not a body that was cut in half hanging out of the garage door.
We should call the police department.
You know what that means?
Chucky.
Yeah. It's going to be a long...
We saw a picture of a body. We won't know if he's okay.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, it's going to be a long month and a half until Halloween for all of us. In Chuckey, Tennessee, my namesake,
Chucky.
My namesake, is taking the lead.
Boy.
That's right. I tell you what. The big 1400. Time now for a Sports Now update with Justin Swallows. Brought to you by Power and Grace Preparatory Academy on the big 1400.
This Sports Now update is presented by Power and Grace Preparatory Academy. Now enrolling students in pre-K through 3rd grade online at powerandgraceacademy.com.
Earned the right to play. Those are words University of Tennessee head football coach Butch Jones used yesterday when talking about his redshirt freshman quarterback Jarrett Garantano. To this point, Garantano has yet to see the field in meaningful situations, playing only against football championship subdivision opponent Indiana State and completing a woeful 4 of 12 passes. However, after last Saturday's performance against Florida, in which current starting QB Quentin Dormady finished with 18 incompletions and 3 interceptions, there may be room for more competition at that position. The Vols host Massachusetts this coming Saturday in a game set to kick off at 11 a.m. Now to Major League Baseball, where the Atlanta Braves continue to make every change possible in efforts to fix their struggling ball club. The team announced late yesterday that they'll be moving their annual spring training activities from Kissimmee to Northport, Florida. The city of Northport is now officially on board, and 2018 will mark the final spring for the Braves at Walt Disney's Wide World of Sports Complex. Lastly, today, Austin Peay men's and women's basketball season tickets are on sale, and you can get them for up to 60% off by joining the Governor's Club. Starting at just $100 per year, membership with the Governor's Club directly impacts the success and enhances the overall experience of APSU student athletes. The Austin Peay basketball season ticket package includes includes 22 total home games, and you can join the Govs Club and buy yours now by calling 931-221-7329. From the WJZM Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
With the Christ-centered curriculum and a high expectation for academic mastery, Power and Grace Preparatory Academy has set the gold standard for elementary learning. Certified by the Tennessee Department of Education, they've extended their offerings to include music, art, and Spanish. Additionally, students will be participating in STEAM Fridays, emphasizing science, technology, engineering, art, and math. Before and after care is available, spanning from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., and enrollment is open for children in pre-K through the 3rd grade. For more info, visit powerandgraceacademy.com or call 931-320-9862.
The Big 1400, WJZM Radio. Don't forget, we've got another Sports Now update coming your way at 8:20, brought to you by Coffee Break and Cheesecake on the Big 1400. The Big 1400, WJCM Radio, the Thursday edition of Good Morning Clarksville with Chuck and John. Hope your day is going well. 68 for a high today, 68 right now, 87 for a high. Maybe a pop-up shower in the forecast. The overnight low of 68 for Friday, near 90 for an expected high. Maybe a pop-up shower in the afternoon. Currently, we're at 68 degrees in downtown Clarksville. We wanted to remind you, don't forget they're having the big fan bus going to Murray, Kentucky for the game Austin Peay versus Murray this Saturday. You can call the Austin Peay Sports Information Office or Austin Peay Sports
Athletic Office.
Athletic Department.
Yep.
And, book your tickets. I think they're taking tickets, reservations up until, 12? Or
up until noon today.
Up until noon today.
And they had 25 seats left yesterday.
I think they should get another bus.
I think
they should have multiple buses. But anyway, it's only $50, and $50 you get a round trip ticket from here to Murray, and then you get a ticket to the game and a lunch on the way up there. Probably a box lunch, but still you get lunch on the way up there.
It's okay.
Now they're not having any whiskey.
No whiskey?
Yeah.
How do you know? What if I wore my boots? I used to be famous for wearing my cowboy boots, and there was more than my legs in there.
I know. Yeah. Well, anyway, all I know is the $50 covers your trip to and from Murray, a ticket to the game, and your lunch.
I got this cough.
And a fun time. At a fun time.
I need a little medicine.
John.
What?
Stop that. Don't be corrupting. And the number to the Austin P Athletic Department, do we have a phone number?
I'll effort for one. I got one somewhere right
Anyway,
here. I'll find it.
Yeah, we'll look for one and we'll give that to you anyway. Time now for a break. We need to pay some bills. We'll be right back.
There's finally a stress-free, no-risk way to buy a new mattress thanks to Beds Express. With their Triple Z guarantee, there's literally no way you can go wrong. Don't waste another night tossing and turning on your old, worn-out bed. Dive into affordable comfort at Beds Express in Clarksville at 1767 Wilma Rudolph Boulevard, Bellevue at 7643 Highway 70 South, and in Murfreesboro at 2222 Medical Center Parkway. Beds Express, Middle Tennessee's better sleep solution.
Warren's Apothecary is much more than just a pharmacy. From prescriptions to home medical equipment, these folks have been taking care of families since 1960. They will take care of your prescriptions. They have certified fitters for mastectomy supplies. Warren's Apothecary has hospital equipment for sale or rent, and much more. Most insurances are accepted, and they have free delivery. Give them a call to find out more. 931-647-6791. Warren's Apothecary is located at 1647 Memorial Drive in Clarksville. Call 931-647-6791.
In your time of loss, you need to know someone cares. Since 1916, Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home has been serving the Clarksville area with the kindness and respect you deserve. It's their goal to provide quality, compassionate services to you and your family during this very difficult time. Mike Parchman and his staff genuinely care and provide prearranged plans that accept insurance to help ease your pain in your time of grief. Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home. People who care. A name you can trust. Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home. Madison Street in Clarksville.
The Big 1400 is WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
Why settle for less when you can get more at Wyatt Johnson in Clarksville, your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. Score and win with Wyatt Johnson GMC Buick, Toyota, Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru, as well as 3 pre-owned superstores for more selection in minutes versus days, shopping place to place. We are the region's largest GMC Buick dealer, the area's newest Toyota dealer, and home of the Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru giant. You always get more at your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. The Wyatt Johnson Automotive Family in Clarksville.
Investments, insurance, retirement planning. Do you have questions? Do you want someone to give you straight and honest answers? Are you not sure who to talk to? Call Mike Biggs with AXA Advisors and work with someone local right down the street. Mike Biggs with AXA Advisors has been in the business of relationships here in Clarksville for over 30 years, helping you find the answers to the questions, making sense of the confusion, and coming up with strategies to help you with the many choices and decisions that have to be made when it comes to planning for the future and planning for the here and now. Mike has a 30-year track record of trusted service to his clients and to the community and is a steady hand to turn to in these uncertain times. Give Mike a call today at his office at 931-245-5480 or on his cell at 931-320-1516 and let him help you with retirement today or planning for retirement for the tomorrows. Mike Biggs offers securities through AXA Advisors LLC, New York, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA SIPC and offers insurance and annuity products through AXA Network LLC.
Looking for a new golf experience? Tired of playing the same old courses? Try Clarksville's newest golf course, the River Club Golf and Learning Center, located along the Red River. The picturesque River Club offers some of the area's best golf, putting greens, and driving ranges. And while you're there, stop by and have lunch in the clubhouse or enjoy some live music in the evenings. It's open to the public and waiting for you. The River Club Golf and Learning Center, Clarksville's premier golf experience. Call the River Club of Clarksville today for more information. 931-919-3200. The River Club of Clarksville.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio, where Greg Walker Sports Talk comes your way this afternoon, 4 p.m. here on the Big 1400. Greg will be talking sports. The courts expect the unexpected on the Big 1400 with Greg Walker Sports Talk. Comes your way each Monday through Monday and Thursday on the Big 1400. We're telling you about the fan bus to Murray for the game between the Governors and the Murray State Racers. The bus, I don't know what time it'll leave, but it's $50 and you get a round trip ticket.
It's a good deal.
Yeah, round trip ticket to Murray. You get a ticket to the game.
It's
you get
cheaper than
a
taxi.
lunch on the bus. and it's only $50. And we call 221-7561.
That's a good
and
number.
they can
Ask for
direct
Cody.
you. Ask for Cody. Tell him Chuck and John sent you. And he'll direct you to where you need to go. Or he might be able to
He'd
do
probably
it himself.
direct us where to go.
Yeah, he would. After, yeah. But then, yeah, 221-7561 is the number to dial for Cody at the.
Yeah.
The Big 1400, WJZM Radio, where Bob Kessling's Vol Network Notebook comes your way this morning at 7:50 on the Big 1400, brought to you by Copies in a Flash each day, Monday through Friday, the Vol Network Notebook with Bob Kessling. Brought to you by Copies in a Flash on the Big 1400, WJZM Radio. Chuck and John for the Thursday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. Okay, there's a new survey that I found that the average American...
Another survey.
The average American, hold everything.
Hold everything. There's a flag. on the plane.
No, there's a new survey.
Not that survey.
Yeah.
Oh.
A new survey found that the average American watches 11 hours and 23 minutes of TV a week, or just over an hour and a half a day. Now, to me, that seems kind of low. Hour and a half,
Yeah.
But anyway, and 96% of us snack while we watch.
Ooh.
I mean, obviously, we snack.
Fritos.
But they also asked people what kind of snacks they prefer to eat when they watch TV. And apparently, it depends on what you're watching. Now, this survey was done by a popcorn company, so the results might be skewed. Did you ever think about any popcorn in there instead of those Snicker bars? No. Do you have popcorn to go with your Klondike bars? But here's what they found. When you binge watch stuff like on Netflix or Hulu or what's that you have, Vudu or something?
Well, I have a Roku.
Oh,
I
Roku,
have lots
okay.
of apps on it.
Okay. Women prefer popcorn. Men prefer chips.
Yes.
When you binge watch. For reality shows and dramas, like Grey's Anatomy or Scandal, men and women both rank chips first.
Chips.
Yep. What kind of chips you like?
Pringles is my favorite.
Pringles? Okay.
Yeah. Then Fritos next, because I can I can take the little bag and pour hot sauce in it, shake it up, and eat them. I do. I know I need meds.
Popcorn took the top spot for fantasy shows like Game of Thrones and for political satires like Veep. And ice cream.
Veep, the show nobody watches.
Yeah, and ice cream ranked first for family-oriented shows like Fresh Off the Boat and This Is Us. We're more likely to snack in front of the TV than during other activity. Now, the top 6 are watching TV, browsing the internet, reading, playing video games, working, and cooking.
Well, have you noted number 2? Browsing the internet has really snuck on in there.
Internet.
It'll soon take over TV.
Yeah, but if you're eating, you get your keyboards all greasy and stuff.
People hold their phone.
Yeah. They got to have it, eating chips. So you put hot sauce on your chip.
On my Fritos.
On your Fritos.
Yeah, I buy the little bag, open it up.
Why don't you get them skins? Remember when you get those pork skins?
Yeah, you can buy them.
And you put the hot sauce on them, shake that bag up.
Yeah, I do the same thing with them. Fritos and pork skins.
Your kids walk by, why are you crying, Daddy? Cause it's good. It's good and it's hot. And when you do that, when you put that hot sauce on, now I learned not to do that anymore.
What?
Because
hot sauce in there?
Have you ever heard of cause and effect? There's an effect that happens when you start putting hot sauce on those skins and shaking them up and eating them. There's nothing. First of all, there's nothing that can quench that burning sensation on your tongue. You know that, don't you? Second thing,
it doesn't burn all that much.
Oh,
I think
yes,
I've gotten kind of numb.
One way or the other, it's gonna burn.
Fire in the hole. In the hole.
Yeah.
Oh, fire.
But anyway, I remember when I was young, I used to do that. I thought that was the coolest thing. Get those skins and put that hot sauce.
I still do it. I have a bottle of hot sauce right by my little table. I keep it where the TV is, and I keep a bottle of hot sauce right there.
John, I'm gonna give you a number, and they'll just tell them.
Will they come and get me?
No, they don't. They will come and get you, but they'll welcome you into the group therapy.
I do. I have a bottle of hot sauce by where I sit at.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, in front of the TV.
Oh. 1400 WJZM Radio, just ahead of Bob Kessling with the Vol Network Notebook, brought to you by Copies on a Flash. You know, it takes 872 gallons of water to produce 1 gallon of wine.
It takes what now?
872 gallons of water to produce 1 gallon of wine.
I did not know that.
Yeah, now you do.
I wonder. Boy, that's a lot of water.
You know,
what happens to all of it?
Well,
does
I
it
don't know.
evaporate,
Washing
or
the
do they
grapes.
recycle it?
No,
or?
a lot of it, you know, they have to add it with the grapes, and I'm not sure about the process of making wine, but they filter it, and you know, with the water, they use the water. The water is an integral part of. It's not just squeezing the grapes.
No, it's a good thing I don't like wine.
You don't?
No, not really.
Well, what do you put in your boot that you were talking about?
That word that starts with a W.
Wine starts with a W.
W-H.
Oh, whiskey.
Little bottles of whiskey in my boot.
Little bottles of whiskey. So the airlines like seeing you coming. When you fly on them planes, you know.
When I worked at the club, the boss didn't like to see me wear those boots either.
Really?
He knew I was in them.
Hey, you keep reaching down in your boots.
What do you speak out to the back for? You drink a lot of Cokes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
We're going to do our due diligence for this Thursday.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, think about it. You can buy a pumpkin spice version of pretty much any food or drink that you can think of. Can't you?
Not talking.
Pretty much.
Not talking.
Pretty much.
Go ahead.
But if there's anything that's not pumpkin spiced, now there's an answer just for you. A company called Simply Beyond is selling pumpkin spice organic spray-on spice, which lets you add a dose of pumpkin spice to anything. Your eggs, your sushi, your fettuccine Alfredo. I mean, go nuts. Get a bottle of it, put it in your boots next to your whiskey.
I can have some pumpkin spice whiskey.
And you can have pumpkin spice Jack Daniels.
No.
And the stuff sells for $11 a bottle. Hey, it's got free shipping. And they also have a gingerbread and a cinnamon spray-on flavors also.
Guess what?
What?
I won't be buying it. I will not buy it.
John, I just want you to know.
I do not buy anything with pumpkin spice in it.
I just want you to know.
Nothing.
John.
Pumpkin pie.
Slow down. John.
What?
Slow down. Slow down. Christmas is coming. And you know you're going to be looking for presents. You know, when we have our presents here at the radio station,
yeah,
you know,
I'll get pumpkin spice to everyone.
Instead of the half a ham, you can give a bottle of the.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Oh, I just know you'll love this. So now you know what you're getting.
Exactly right.
That's right.
You're exactly right. The Big 14.
That'd be better than a half a ham, wouldn't it?
Close.
Or would you rather have
I think neck and neck. I don't know. I have to think about that. The Big 1400, WJZM Radio time now for the Vol Network Notebook. Bob Kessling, brought to you by Copies in a Flash.
Tennessee goes back to work getting ready for UMass. This is the Vol Network Notebook, brought to you by your local Farmers Co-op. Co-op, farming Big Orange Country. While the Florida loss still stings, the Tennessee football team has turned its attention to UMass this Saturday at Neyland Stadium. Fifth-year senior Kendall Vickers has been through the ups and downs of a long football season and knows this team has to turn the page.
This is a group. We're a real gritty group. We don't give up. We have a lot of heart, and it showed on Saturday. You know, everybody hates losing, and that's the one thing in the locker room. Everybody agrees on we hate losing. So to go out there and just play our butts off, and I'm happy with the way we played. Obviously, we didn't get the W, but we can move on and we can move forward from this.
Vickers is one of the most productive players on the Tennessee defensive line. The senior tackle is facing a lot more double teams this season and is learning to deal with the extra attention.
It's a compliment. As long as I'm out there and if I get double teamed, I just got to find ways to get free. I just try to play as hard as I can. And as long as I do that, I think I'll be successful. And as long as I play that hard, the guys will follow me.
Kendall Vickers in the defensive front will look to pressure UMass pass and its pass-happy attack. The Vols have just 2 sacks so far this season in the first 3 games. On football Saturdays at Neyland Stadium, there are long-standing traditions that make for an unforgettable experience. There's the Vol Walk, the Power Tee, and singing along with over 100,000 diehard fans as the band plays Rocky Top after a Tennessee touchdown. At your local farmer-owned co-op, they understand the importance and impact of these traditions because for over 70 years, they've had a few of their own, like friendly service, top-notch products, and trusted advice. Co-op. Proudly farming Big Orange Country. This will be the first ever meeting between Tennessee and UMass. Overall, the Minutemen are 0-6 against SEC opponents. Last year, UMass lost to Florida, Mississippi State, and South Carolina. Kickoff Saturday is noon at Neyland Stadium. Reporting for the Vol Network, I'm Bob Kessler.
Maintaining a professional appearance in today's competitive market is key to success. Do you have a need for a new logo design? See Copies in a Flash. Their expert team can assist you from start to completion of your logo design. Maybe it's a flyer you need. They can do that as well. Anything to do with print. Your local Copies in a Flash can handle it all in a flash. Visit Copies in a Flash at 1841 Business Park Drive in Clarksville. Copies in a Flash offers free delivery. See Copies in a Flash and view all their offerings at copiesinaflash.com. Copies in a Flash says go Big Orange and are proud to support our community.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio Vol Network Notebook with Bob Kessling comes your way each day, Monday through Friday, 7:50 on the Big 1400, brought to you by Copies in a Flash. Clarksville area weather, mostly sunny, humid, 87 for a high, maybe a stray shower this afternoon. Tonight, clear, 68 for an overnight low. Friday, heading into the weekend, that warm weather is still with us all throughout the weekend. 88 for a high on Friday, 87 for a high on Saturday, and 88 once again for a high on Sunday. So the humidity and the warm weather and the sunshine is still with us. At least for until the middle of next week, things will get back to more normal. I think I was watching one of the newscasts.
Wheelan said 81 by next Thursday.
Yeah, Wheelan said we're about
next week
9 to 10 degrees above normal. Currently, we're at 70 degrees in downtown Clarksville. 1400 WJZM Radio, 8 o'clock, 70 degrees. We'll take an extended look at our weather forecast after this update in national news.
WJZM Radio, Clarksville, Tennessee.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Rescue teams are redoubling their efforts to save a 12-year-old girl still trapped under the rubble of that school in Mexico City. Here's correspondent James Blears.
Sonar and heat-seeking machinery in the rubble of the Enrique Rebesman School found Frida Sofia yesterday, late morning, and rescuers have been working ever since to try and save her. She's managed to say there could still be other children alive close to her. She crawled under a table as the earthquake struck, but is trapped, wedged between blocks of fallen concrete. James Blair's Mexico.
Hurricane Maria is lashing the northeastern Dominican Republic today. It is expected to pass near the Turks and Caicos a little later on. Here's Specialist Richard Pash at the National Hurricane Center.
Expecting hurricane and tropical storm conditions to continue along the north coast of the Dominican Republic this morning, and those conditions should spread over toward the Turks and Caicos and southeastern Bahamas tonight and Friday.
Maria is blamed for at least 10 deaths across the Caribbean. Puerto Ricans are rebuilding after the hurricane slammed into the U.S. territory yesterday, crushing concrete balconies and paralyzing the island with landslides, flooding, and downed trees. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson says Iran is falling short of its promise to pose a smaller threat in its own region as part of that controversial 2015 nuclear agreement.
Since that time, Iran has continued to prop up the Assad regime and its horrible way in which it has brought violence to its own people. They have continued to engage in malicious cyber activity. They have aggressively developed and tested ballistic missiles.
North Korea's foreign minister is describing as, quote, the sound of a dog barking President Trump's threat to destroy his country if the U.S. is provoked or threatened by its nuclear program. On Wall Street, the Dow will open at 22,413. This is SRN News.
Loans. Heritage Bank. Those are the only 3 words you need to know if you need a car or boat or RV or storage building or pool or new garage or lawnmower or four-wheeler or vacation. Or, well, you get the picture, right? Picture yourself with a loan from Heritage Bank and that special something that you've been wanting. Call or stop by your local Heritage Bank office today. Loans from Heritage Bank.
NMLS number 431499. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Bankwithheritage.com.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio, Clarksville area weather. Mostly sunny, warm, and humid. Maybe a stray shower this afternoon. Expect a high of around 87 tonight. Clear, 68 for an overnight low. And Friday, mostly sunny, warm, and humid. 88 for a high. Low Friday night, around 68 once again. Saturday, a high of 87 with sunshine and maybe a pop-up shower. Sunday, 87 for an expected high, partly sunny and humid. Currently, 70 degrees in downtown Clarksville. With a look at Clarksville area traffic, here's John Michaels.
Good morning. Traffic around the city and the county running very good at the moment. These areas are always slow. Wilma Rudolph Boulevard, New Providence Boulevard, Fort Campbell traffic on 41A, and, of course, the intersection of Madison Street and MLK Boulevard. Also, it looks like if you're headed to Nashville, 24, very slow in a couple of spots, but it does, once you get out of the county, it should ease up, and you'll have a smooth ride all the way into Nashville. Let's check in with Commander Chuck and see what's going on with the traffic in the Nashville area.
Well, good morning. They're still working this wreck here on 65 northbound at Armory. What a mess it has made out here in the last 30, 45 minutes. It doesn't appear to be that bad of a wreck. It's just rubbernecking more than anything. Again, on 65 north here at Armory, be aware of this crash. Charlotte Ave at 42nd, got a wreck waiting for you there. And coming in from the west side there, coming from Dixon, that's still very busy through Kingston Springs. Princess Hot Chicken has 2 locations. Go by one of them today. That's Princess Hot Chicken. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
And that's been a look at your traffic and weather together this morning and the latest national news, all brought to you by Heritage Bank. And that brings us to the second hour of Good Morning Clarksville. Good morning, Chuck Edwards.
Good morning, John Michaels. It is a Teacher Thursday on the Big 1400. Today, someone from St. Bethlehem Elementary School will join us this hour, and we'll be talking school. We appreciate Lee Shelton and Mr. House and everyone at the Clarksville Montgomery County School System for joining us in that. It is Teacher Thursday. Somebody from St. Bethlehem Elementary. I don't even know what their mascot is. Do you?
No, I don't really. Right.
They'll be able to tell us when they get here. Yeah.
And she is on the way.
Yeah. The Big 1400. WJZM Radio with the temps. The Big 1400, WJZM Radio, just ahead of Justin Swallows with the Sports Now update on the Big 1400, brought to you by Coffee Break and Cheesecake. Coming your way this hour. Okay. Looking for a job? Frustrated because you don't have a job?
We might be.
Well, we might be, but right now
You think we're safe?
Yeah. No, we're not real necessarily. You're never really safe.
No.
You just never know where.
Never
where
know when MP is going to come in the door.
MP Media. That's right. But I've got some top reasons that people are still unemployed. Namely,
because they're deadbeat and low lives.
People are still unemployed. First of all, companies don't hire grown men who show up to interviews dressed like Thor.
Well, of course not.
These are reasons that, unless you're a Marvel comic, reasons that you're still unemployed. You've seen how far not working has gotten the Kardashians.
Now, that could be true.
Yeah.
They don't work. Why should I?
Now, on the application, your only reference is Ramon, the weed dealer.
He said I'm good for it.
Yeah. Why work when you're dining on steak, lobster, and caviar every night thanks to those sweet food stamps?
Not touching that
one. Not an incentive to get out and go get a job.
No.
It's hard to explain on your application that 28-year gap in your resume?
Ooh.
What do you do for 28 years? You know. Yeah. Potential employers don't find your all emoji resume as innovative as you do. And these are top reasons that you're still unemployed.
My resume would be empty.
Yeah, blank.
Nothing.
You're labeled chronically unemployed. Well, more accurately, you're unemployed because of the chronic. That's right.
Yeah, chronically unacceptable would be my term.
Yep. Top reasons that you're still unemployed. Duh. You got to go look for work to find it.
You do?
Yeah.
They don't bring it to you?
It doesn't come in the door, and it's not going to call you on your cell phone. Hi. Would you like to come to work for me? No.
I can ask Sir.
Top reasons that you're still Suri's got a job. She ain't going to tell you nothing. You might take her job.
I'm going to ask her if she can find me a job.
You're focused on getting a job that lets you work from home, but unfortunately, no one's hiring in your mom's basement. Yep.
Yikes. Ouch. How did you know I was
top reasons that you're still unemployed. You're still waiting for the quill and ink industry to make a big comeback. Just wait around.
Just wait.
Just wait.
It'll happen.
You still haven't mastered the fundamentals, like soap.
Oh.
Like soap.
Oh.
That's right.
I didn't take one.
And top reasons that you're still unemployed during department meetings, you protest by taking a knee.
I'm going to think about that.
How far did that get you? How'd that work out for you?
I'm going to do that.
The Big 1400, WJZM Radio. We're rolling along during the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to have guests from St. Bethlehem Elementary School this hour. We're going to talk school, y'all. John and Chuck and Supertramp. Big 1400, WJZM Radio. Chuck and John for the Thursday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. 71 degrees. Expect a high today of around 87. Another hot one. Maybe a pop-up shower this afternoon. So,
what you got?
Everyone has bought embarrassing albums. And if you grew up in the 90s, the most embarrassing CDs you owned were the Jock Jam series, you know. Well,
Spice
I don't
Girls.
know. You know, or Hootie and the Blowfish's Crack Review. And just when you started to bury that memory in the recesses of your brain, Billboard.com is dragging it out again with a list of the 100 greatest jock jams of all time. Now, there were really officially 5 volumes of Jock Jam series with a total of 107 songs, but this list isn't limited.
That was kind of stretching it.
I think that was fine. Yeah. There are even some recent Jock Jams on the list.
Oh, boy.
And here's the top 20.
Okay.
A lot of these, you know, We Will Rock You by Queen.
I bet that's number 1.
Yeah, it was. 1977. Welcome to the Jungle.
Yes.
Guns N' Roses, 1987. Hip Hop Hooray, Naughty by Nature, 1993. Kerncraft 400, Zombie Nation. Are you familiar with that
Yes,
one?
I am.
You are?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Seven Nation Army, The White Stripes,
I'm familiar with that one as well.
2003. Eye of the Tiger. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Survivor, 1982. Rock and Roll Part 2, Pedophile Gary Glitter, 1972.
Pedophile. I guess he was. Is he still in jail?
I think, didn't he get out and he was extradited from Taiwan or Thailand, wherever he was? Yeah. Jump Around, House of Pain. That was in 1992. Are you familiar with that one?
Yes.
Crazy Train. Ozzy Osbourne. 1981. Get Ready for This. Too Unlimited, 1991.
Yep.
So a lot of these, you know, I'm
not familiar with?
No, I'm out of touch.
Is Van Halen on there?
Jump? No. Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline is number 20.
Yeah, you know,
1969.
They
But
play that at the
and the
football
Isley Brothers Shout.
Yeah.
1959. Yeah.
No.
I missed it.
You missed the boat on some of those?
Yeah, I'm still with the best of Gladys Knight and the Pimps. You know.
Because she's her favorite.
Yeah, she's one of my favorites.
She's one of your favorites.
Yeah, she's one of my favorites.
Well, I tell you what, let's
1400 WJZM Radio.
I have to rest.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this.
My workout
You
going.
know, get 1, 2. Man, oh man. It is a Teacher Thursday here on the Big 1400, and we're delighted to have Melissa Williams, who is the principal of the St. Bethlehem.
Principal?
Yeah, she's St. Bethlehem. So it's not really St. Bethlehem Elementary. It's St. Bethlehem K2, or what is it, Melissa?
St. Bethlehem Elementary.
Yeah.
But we're St. Bethlehem Elementary. But we are just pre-K through 2. That's all we
they
have.
only go pre-K, first, second.
Yes, sir.
3 grades.
3 grades, 524 through 7-year-olds.
That's a different challenge. And they are the St. Bethlehem Bees.
Correct.
You know, that's good, because that young kids at that age, they wouldn't understand fighting dragons or, the
hornets. Or,
something like that. But bees, they can understand that. But thank you for coming in. We're going to talk to Melissa. Sure. We need to take a break. It's time now for a Sports Now update brought to you by Coffee Break and Cheesecake with Justin Swallows on the Big 1400.
This Sports Now update is presented by Coffee Break and Cheesecake at 1191 Fort Campbell Boulevard, Suite F, where they serve homemade cheesecakes made with only the finest ingredients.
Earned the right to play. Those are words University of Tennessee head football coach Butch Jones used yesterday when talking about his redshirt freshman quarterback Jarrett Garantano. To this point, Garantano has yet to see the field in meaningful situations, playing only against football championship subdivision opponent Indiana State and completing a woeful 4 of 12 passes. However, after last Saturday's performance against Florida, in which current starting QB Quentin Dormady finished with 18 incompletions and 3 interceptions, there may be room for more competition at that position. The Vols host Massachusetts this coming Saturday in a game set to kick off at 11 a.m. Now to Major League Baseball, where the Atlanta Braves continue to make every change possible in efforts to fix their struggling ball club. The team announced late yesterday that they'll be moving their annual spring training activities from Kissimmee to Northport, Florida. The city of Northport is now officially on board, and 2018 will mark the final spring for the Braves at Walt Disney's Wide World of Sports Complex. Lastly, today, Austin Peay men's and women's basketball season tickets are on sale, and you can get them for up to 60% off by joining the Governor's Club. Starting at just $100 per year, membership with the Governor's Club directly impacts the success and enhances the overall experience of APSU student athletes. The Austin Peay basketball season ticket package includes 22 total home games, and you can join the Govs Club and buy yours now by calling 931-221-7329. From the WJZM Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
Cheesecake. It's one of those all-time favorite desserts, and the best you've ever had is waiting in the case at Coffee Break and Cheesecake. They make everything from scratch, right down to whipping their own butter. And they're creating delicious flavors like white chocolate with cookie crust, Reese's Pieces, Oreo mint, and s'mores. Come hungry because they sell not slivers or bites, but huge chunks of deliciousness. Coffee Break and Cheesecake at 1191 Fort Campbell Boulevard, Suite F, just past Dover Crossing.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio. Don't forget Justin Swallows with this Sports Now update. Comes your way in the afternoon, 3:20 and 6:20. Brought to you by Mr. Appliance and Culver's of Clarksville on the Big 1400. Today is a Teacher Thursday with the Big 1400, and we have someone from the Clarksville Montgomery County School System come join us and spend some time with us. And today we've got Melissa Williams. She's the principal of St. Bethlehem, and I did not know that it was just only K2 school in our district.
Mm-hmm. It's been a K-8 school over the years. As the population has increased, the need for space obviously has been needed. So we've slowly the numbers have dropped and dropped and dropped. My first year there, 4 years ago, we were K2. The year before I got there, there was a 3rd grade still there. Now our sister school is Burt Elementary. So every single one of our students leave and go to Burt Elementary for 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
That's unique, Melissa, in that you only have 3 grades. You got 500 students, and you were telling me that your school has a student population of
about 520,
and that's as big as some of the other schools.
Yes, we're not too many. We're larger than Burt. We're right at a little bit larger than Montgomery Central Elementary, same size as Moore, Magnet.
But you only have 3 grades.
3 grades.
Yeah.
3 grades. So you put Bert and I together, and we would probably have about 900 students.
Yeah. Now, do students come from all around, or are they just indigenous to a particular area? How does that work?
Our zone is really unique. We come all the way this direction, really. We serve Lincoln Homes and that area around there. We serve down Wilma Rudolph and up Needmore and down all the way
Like
down
St.
Trenton
Bethlehem
Road.
area? Yeah.
All the way down to Trenton Road, almost to Northeast Elementary. So we really have a wide swath of children that we pull from. Unique zone.
The idea of having pre-K, first grade, pre-K, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, fourth grade. I guess that's a two-edged sword in that, okay, we've got a limited curriculum that we have, but still we have to tailor this curriculum to these 4 grades. And that's a challenge?
You know, the system, we have a really good support system at Central Office where we have a really strong group of people who have developed a good curriculum for us. They take those standards that the state requires us to teach, and they've put them and designed to put them together to where we have a curriculum set in place for us. We don't have to do that. Our job is to really look at those standards and make sure that we're integrating those standards and making sure 100% that our children are leaving St. Bethlehem Elementary knowing how to read.
Yeah.
So they are ready to go to Bert and ready to get into those upper grades.
And Bert is what?
3-5. 3-4-5.
Yeah, and then they go to different the middle schools.
At that point, most of our kids end up at Rossview Middle, but we have a pocket because the way our zone sits, a pocket of them go to Northeast Middle, and then a pocket of them go to Kenwood Middle, ultimately into middle school. But the majority of them end up at Rossview Middle School.
We're talking with Melissa Williams. She's the principal at St. Bethlehem Elementary School, the Bees, and they go K through 2 in their curriculum. When you look at this, and you knew going in that this would be K through 2, what was unique about it as opposed to going to 5th grade?
Well, prior to my time at St. B, I was a 3rd grade teacher at Glen Ellen, and then I spent for 9 or 10 years, and then I spent 5 years at Liberty Elementary in a K-5. So prior to St. B, I was only in a K-5 school. So it is unique. It is unique in that we do not have state testing. We're the only school in the district that doesn't have state testing because we don't have 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So that makes for a unique situation. The positive part of being in just a K-2 school is we can focus clearly just on K-2. And those early years are just absolutely crucial to get them to be strong readers, strong mathematicians. And one of the things that we say is be a reader, be a writer, be a problem solver. And our focus is just getting those children completely ready to go tackle those upper elementary grades. So it's great. It's great because we just focus on K-2.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you can do that.
And we can do it. It's great.
Melissa, explain to me and our audience, our listeners, what is the thing with pre-K and why it's optional or why there's a debate about whether there should be a pre-K or not?
Okay, well, I'll tell you what I understand.
Okay. Well, I know you understand it because you got pre-K.
Yes. We have 2, not every elementary school in the district has what we call a voluntary pre-K program. Excuse me. We have 2 programs. Each program has 20 students apiece. And yes, you're right. It is optional at this point at the state level. We have 2 developmental pre-K classes where we have special education children in there as well. But as far as the optional plan, that would be something I would say we would probably talk to someone at Central Office more about because I'm not really versed on exactly how a number of children are chosen and why an elementary school is particularly chosen to have a voluntary pre-K. I would tell you my opinion is that it is a valuable program because we get these children and we get early intervention for these children, and we're able to do things and get them ready for kindergarten.
Right.
It's valuable. You know, kindergarten used to be that, and many people think this. Kindergarten used to be, you know, you take naps and you're playing.
And you get Kool-Aid and you get them big crayons that you put on your shoulder to color with, and you get cookies and then you lay down on your mat. And you sleep and then you get up and go home. Yeah.
Those days are not there.
That's not happening.
No, you know, kindergarten, we still understand that we have early childhood education is important. We understand that play is important. It's an important part of the day. But so much of what is required of these children going into kindergarten is that children are learning to read in kindergarten, unlike times in the past where you usually thought about learning to read in first grade. So when you have a voluntary pre-K program that supports our kindergarten programs, it is a huge benefit to our community because we are preparing children to come into kindergarten possibly already knowing letter sounds. They can already identify letters. They already have a leg up, so to speak.
Yeah. You know, Melissa Williams is our guest. She's the principal at St. Bethlehem School. One of the things that it would seem like bringing everybody up to the same level by the time they leave pre-K going into kindergarten. Because some kids are going to come from homes where they have been nurtured into, as you said, knowing their letters, knowing their colors, knowing how to count, knowing how to read. And then there are those, some of them who don't, they're lost as last year's Easter egg.
Bless them. They're wonderful. We love them. We love them all.
But they're part of it. They're part of it.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
You know, we take our kindergarten teachers are phenomenal in that they bring it is amazing to see the growth that a child has from the time they walk into the door in kindergarten to the time they're ready to go to first grade. The growth that a kindergarten student makes is it is phenomenal to watch because you're right. They come in and, you know, here and there and here, all over the place. But yet the goal is to get them completely ready to go into first grade as good writers, good readers, good mathematicians.
Are you finding, Melissa, how long have you been teaching?
This is my 21st year in education.
I just wanted to make sure that you had a track record. But, you know, say from the time you started, some of the differences with the student of today?
You know, some of the challenges that I see that we face are the fact that, of course, we have a large swath of low socioeconomic students that come in to St. B. And so that presents some issues. And what comes with that sometimes some family concerns. One of the differences I see is we have a lot of issues, you know, with family and dealing with single mothers and children that are raised by grandparents. That has become something that I've seen more and more over the years. But children are children.
I interact and I hear more about that more kids are staying with their grandparents. So that would be different.
Yeah.
This is not your grandma's school the way, you know, we went to school.
Yeah.
We went to school.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering. One of the things I was thinking, the involvement of parents, grandparents, i.e. with the school system, the young kids in pre-K to second grade. It's not the same as when they're in middle or high school and they have booster clubs and they have all these things that the parents are encouraged to get in. But you all have to have something going on. What do you all do?
Okay, so we have a PTO that has been great the last couple of years. We have Kitty and Jay Burkhart, who are a husband and wife team who have helped us out the last couple of years. And they, along with a very small group of people, have had a really big impact in helping us raise some money that provided for some extra resources in the building. We have family reading nights that once a month that we have families come out and we do reading. Our theme this year, an accelerated reader. An accelerated reader program is a reader program that it's a motivator, reading motivating program to get children to get points. They have to read a book and take a test. And so our theme this year is a Star Wars theme. And so
that's not very popular. I mean, I never. They don't know anything about Star Wars, you know.
But you would be surprised though. There's some.
He's already ordered his tickets.
You'd be surprised that there's a lot of there are some children that don't know about Star Wars, so we've had to introduce them.
What rock they live under?
And that's what I'm saying.
1212 Rock Street,
that's
right?
What I'm saying. Beverly Bullock, our librarian, is a huge Star Wars fan. She drives a Rogue One Nissan, and her nickname, her grandchildren call her BB, so we think it's like BB-8, Star Wars. So. But anyway, we have fun with that. But as far as involvement, that kind of fun involves our parents, brings them in for that family reading night. PTO supports that as well. We do something that we're doing this year that we started last year that's been huge, and it was a huge outreach to going out into our neighborhoods and going out into our community. And we hope to see that grow this year, as we call it, New Books on the Block. And we received a donation, New Books on the Block.
That's a nice play.
Yeah.
That's a nice play.
You see it?
You hear that, John? New Books on the Block.
Yeah. That was my 20-year-old teachers coming up with that. That wasn't me. That was my 20, 30-year-olds. So what we do is we received a donation from a local car dealership, and we purchased a large number of books. So part of our program of Family Reading Night is to go out into the community, and we found the most success out in the Raleigh Court area, right off Warfield Boulevard, and then all the way into Lincoln Homes. So we go in, and we're just providing books. And last year we did a book exchange, but this year we decided we're leaving those books with those kids. We're just going to leave them. They need them. Children need a library at home.
Yeah, and it's like, now, I can't make them read them, but I can leave them there so they have access to read them.
That's right.
And, that's part of it. Melissa Williams is our guest. She's a principal at St. Bethlehem School, home of the Bees. This is our Teacher Thursday on the Big 1400. How has the computer impacted what you do? You remember when you first started teaching?
Yeah, I didn't have a computer.
Yeah, what did you know? I mean, but these kids are savvy on the computer.
Yes,
even coming to pre-K, they know how to play those games. They might not know how to count, but they can sure get on there and play those games.
Work well.
Yeah, and they can play their favorite songs on there. How has that changed?
Yeah. We have a great amount of iPads in the building and laptops in the building, and we have found that is a way to keep a child engaged in something beneficial, not a game so much. And there are learning games, clearly. There are games that you could be learning. But what we try to do is to utilize that technology so that we can help a child. For example, let's say you're a kindergarten teacher, and it's small group time, and you're back there and you have 5 children, and you're really working hard with those 5 children. Well, you still have about 15 children out there that are working at their desk. They're doing stations around the room. Well, you can't necessarily work with that child who doesn't know letter sounds and can identify letters at this point, but you have an iPad that a child can sit there and be engaged with someone reading a book to them so they get fluency, or they have someone, they can play a game, and learn letter sounds and learn letter identification. So it's a good thing. Technology has served us well in that area.
I think you're right. I think John and I talk about it all the time. And we say that darn internet. But there are some good things under the right direction that come out of the computer and the internet. We also, conversely, there's a dark side to it, but that's in life, when you go through there. So with your staff, your whole momentum, when you get them together, what do you all talk about as far as, this is what we're doing here at St. Bethlehem?
You mean, well, what I'm thinking about when you say something like that, we have a focus. We have academic focuses.
That's what I was getting at. What is your focus?
Right. Focus, well, going back to what we said about early childhood, our focus this year is really focusing on getting our phonics instruction very focused and individualized for individual students. Again, supporting that reading, helping those children learn to be strong readers. Clearly, math fluency, learning those math facts, just boom, 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 boom. We want them to be fluent in those math facts, fluent in how they read. And then just how we deliver a lesson. We talk about, what's the most effective way to deliver a lesson? How do you keep a child engaged in the classroom? We want to utilize every minute that we have to help these children, because in the grand scheme of things, if you think about recess, you think about lunch and transitions down the hall and all of those good things that are beneficial part of the day, our instruction time is precious.
Right.
And so we work very hard to help making sure that we keep them engaged. And, again, 5, 6, 7, got to keep those engaged.
Yeah.
And so we talk about that quite frequently.
And keeping them interested. Engaged is a word, and interested is another. Keeping their attention so that they know what's going on, because school education, I think, can be fun, and you can. Everybody is not going to be a student that excels at everything. Right. They're not going to come in and love to read. You have to, I guess, plant the seed to make them want to read, and open up their mind to what reading can do and how they can enjoy the enjoyment of reading. So,
it is, and that's something that's so important. What you just said about enjoy reading that's what we hope to instill in them: a love to learn. It's a love to read. It's a, you want them to be those lifelong learners. That's what we want to do, and you're right. That requires us to create that love of learning, that love of reading.
Yeah. What do you got planned? You got a fall festival coming up. What do you got planned coming up in between? Let's see. You all have fall break when? Do you have a fall break?
Yes, October.
2 weeks, 3
9th.
days, and 6 hours, right?
Yeah, right. We're counting the minutes already.
Yeah.
It's gone by so fast.
I know.
It's gone by incredibly.
But you all have been in school for 2 months.
It's gone by incredibly fast. I can't believe it. No, we don't have a fall festival. Our big thing that we like to do, that we have usually in our biggest events, we have, of course, our family reading night that's coming up, but our biggest event that
you have that once a month?
Once a month.
Okay.
Is our art and authors night that takes place.
Art and authors.
Art, it's a mouthful. Art and authors, yeah. And it's a time where we showcase all the work that we do in music, all the work that we do in art, clearly, and then all the work that we do in writing. And we have great support staff in that way. We have Mike Catalano and Elizabeth French, who teach music for us in art, and they spend all year long getting these kids ready for performances. Of course, we have performances at Christmas time and for our kindergarten group, but we spend a lot of time getting ready for that night, where we have a large crowd of folks who come in and look at all the things that we've been doing all year long. But we do an ongoing activity month to month with that family reading night. That's our big draw that's coming up.
Music, you mentioned music, and I guess that's something in art. You mentioned art. That's something that I've forgotten about. That's a part of. Is that a regular daily part of what they do? Music. And the whole idea behind the music class is to what?
Well, if you think about, they don't get music every day, but they go on a rotation. But if you think about creating that well-rounded child, you want them to have that exposure to music. You want them to have that exposure to multiple modes of art, so to speak. And music supports math quite a bit. Mr. Catalano does a really good job in teaching beats, the music. It's surprising what a kindergarten first grader can learn. He teaches, now I'm not a music person, but I'm just going to tell you what I've watched Mr. Catalano do for the last few years. But it's, whole notes and how many beats that is. And so you've got some math tied into that as well. And then, of course, Ms. French, she's always working to do different types of art, hands-on. I was in there the other day, and they were talking about depth. And so there's the vocabulary. That's another thing that a music and an art program can do. It provides extensive vocabulary outside of the classroom. Think about all the vocabulary that comes into music and all the vocabulary that comes into art that you can build. So it creates a well-rounded child all the way around.
The well-rounded child at St. Bethlehem Elementary School. Thanks, Melissa.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate you coming in.
Yes.
Go Bees.
Go Bees.
Go Bees.
Go St. B. Bees. We love them.
Each Thursday, we have a Teacher Thursday here on the Big 1400, and we appreciate Elise Shelton and the Clarksville Montgomery County School System for being a part of that. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Made to order, never frozen Midwest beef served on a toasted buttery bun is just the beginning at Culver's of Clarksville. The experience crescendos into fresh homemade custard that you can customize into delectable treats like sundaes, banana splits, or one of their signature concrete mixers. You'll be treated like family and fed like royalty at Culver's of Clarksville, near Exit 4 just off Wilma Rudolph Boulevard at 140 Southampton Place. Culver's of Clarksville. Welcome to Delicious.
Moore's Office Supply is Clarksville's office supply and furniture experts. For office equipment, desks, chairs, and more, depend on Moore's Office Supply. Located on Franklin Street across from the Catholic Church, Moore's has been your business partner for office supplies in the Clarksville-Fort Campbell area for years. Call Moore's at 645-7200. That's 645-7200. And we'll deliver it for free. Moore's Office Supplies, Clarksville's office supply headquarters.
With the Christ Center curriculum and a high expectation for academic mastery, Power and Grace Preparatory Academy has set the gold standard for elementary learning. Certified by the Tennessee Department of Education, they've extended their offerings to include music, art, and Spanish. Additionally, students will be participating in STEAM Fridays, emphasizing science, technology, engineering, art, and math. Before and after care is available, spanning from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., and enrollment is open for children in pre-K through the 3rd grade. For more info, visit powerandgraceacademy.com or call 931-320-9862.
Why settle for less when you can get more at Wyatt Johnson in Clarksville, your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee? Score and win with Wyatt Johnson GMC Buick, Toyota, Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru, as well as 3 pre-owned superstores for more selection in minutes versus days, shopping place to place. We are the region's largest GMC Buick dealer, the area's newest Toyota dealer, and home of the Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru giant. You always get more at your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. The Wyatt Johnson Automotive Family in Clarksville.
The Big 1400 is WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
For real estate services, Byers and Harvey can do it all. Real estate sales, rentals, property management, commercial and residential development. Byers and Harvey is Clarksville's oldest independent real estate company and has given continuous service since 1878. Byers and Harvey have 3 locations to serve you: in North Clarksville, in the heart of downtown, and at Sango. For more information and listings, visit them online at byersandharvey.com. byersandharvey.com. Byers and Harvey, Clarksville's real estate company.
There's finally a stress-free, no-risk way to buy a new mattress thanks to Beds Express. With their Triple Z guarantee, there's literally no way you can go wrong. Don't waste another night tossing and turning on your old, worn-out bed. Dive into affordable comfort at Beds Express in Clarksville at 1767 Wilma Rudolph Boulevard, Bellevue at 7643 Highway 70 South, and in Murfreesboro at 2222 Medical Center Parkway. Beds Express, Middle Tennessee's better sleep solution.
The Big 1400, WJZM Radio. We appreciate Melissa Williams coming in from St. Bethlehem Elementary School. The Bees, go Bees! Each Thursday, we have Teacher Thursday on the Big 1400. We also have a high school football game of the week. This week, Clarksville Academy versus Fulton City. Airtime 6:45, kickoff around 7 o'clock. Justin Swallows will have the call for that game. You know, still people are donating to the hurricane relief. Salma Hayek donated $100,000 to the victims of the earthquake in Mexico. Now, the hand-in-hand telethon for the hurricane relief, so far they raised over $55 million.
Ooh, no small change.
So that's a good thing. That is a good thing. And, you know, they're still collecting money. So it'll be interesting to see when they start doling it out, you know, where it's going to go.
But that will help, though. I mean, that'll be a start.
It will be a start, but there's a lot to recover from, you know. Campbell during midnight at the Oasis. Don't forget, Greg Walker's Sports Talk comes your way this afternoon, 4 o'clock. Greg will be talking sports, and you can expect the unexpected from the court.
You never know what he's going to say.
You never know what he's going to say. This afternoon, 4 o'clock, it's Greg Walker's Sports Talk on the Big 1400. Clarksville area weather, we expect high today of around 87, maybe a pop-up shower. Other than that, clear tonight, 68 for an overnight low, and near 90 for the next 3 or 4 days. And chance of rain, that rain chance right at like 10%. So it'll be a rogue shower that crops up, if any. Big 1400 WJZM Radio, where we've got UT football this Saturday, September 23rd. The Volunteers will take on the University of Massachusetts Minutemen as they welcome them to Neyland Stadium. Kickoff at 11 a.m. Early game.
It is.
Yeah,
I wonder how many times we'll hear Rocky Top Saturday. What's the over-under? Do you know?
What's that?
Oh, never mind. How many times do you think they'll play it? 5? 6.
6. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But it's all the action. University of Tennessee football starting at 11 o'clock on the Big 1400. Time now for some good news. I don't know. You might have heard this story.
No.
I've seen the video. It's pretty crazy. A Ferris wheel at a carnival in Greensboro, North Carolina malfunctioned last Friday.
Oh, no.
And one of the Ferris wheel cars tipped over.
Oh, no.
So it was hanging sideways, and it had 2 little kids inside of it. Now, it was a 7-year-old boy and a 5-year-old boy, and they had to hang on so they didn't fall out. And it looks like they were about 20 feet off the ground, so they would have been seriously injured. And one of them kept yelling, he didn't want to die. So a 25-year-old carnival worker named Albert Irwin started climbing the Ferris wheel to save them. When he got to them, he tried to keep them calm and managed to free their gondola. So they swung the gondola back into position. But right when it happened, he lost his footing and he fell.
Oh, no.
Now, he landed on one of the other cars below him, bounced off. Then he tried to grab the side of the Ferris wheel on the way down, but he couldn't hang on, so he hit the ground pretty hard. Thankfully, he only broke his finger, and everybody's okay. Good thing that he did that.
Boy,
that was good.
It is good, but, that terrifies me. That's why I don't like Ferris wheels.
Oh, you don't ride on Ferris wheels?
No, negative.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't like airplanes. I don't like any of that stuff. If I'm off the ground, I don't need to be high.
Oh, well, that's why you carry that boot.
That's right.
That's how you carry that stuff in your boot.
That's right. That's my medicine.
Yeah,
I need my medicine.
You need
famous.
WJZM, Clarksville.